let's talk about fat phobia. No, it is not a made-up word, and it doesn't mean that you are afraid of fat people. But it is a term that has been coined all throughout social media to get people to call out the behavior of how society treats fat people. I wanted to have this discussion today because, well, this actually isn't a discussion. This is a dictatorship. And if you don't like my video, you can quickly just click off. But I wanted to talk about this topic today because there are many lies that we have been told that don't just affect the lives of like fat people or bigger people. It also affects the lives of smaller people. So let's get into it. The fat phobic lies that we've been told that feeds into our insecurities. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Princess Haziel, and please like, comment, and subscribe. Also, I do sell these like Bratz inspired Y2K notebooks on Amazon, so please support if you can. And I also sell items on Depop and Etsy if you're interested. Anyways, enough with that. Let's get back in today's video. What is fat phobia? Is it solely wanting to have a nice body or liking being skinny? I mean, we do see people like Slim Kim say that their favorite thing in life is being skinny.
Favorite thing to be is skinny. And I fear you cannot say that out loud.
But does that make her fat phobic or just vain? And what's the obsession with being skinny anyways? Well, I'm not here to talk about that in a thesis statement kind of video. I'm gonna give my opinions and hopefully you will listen. People are simply fat phobic because they hate fat people. People despise fat people. Let's take a look at the definition, not the real one, the one that society uses. When you are being called fat, they're not just talking about your size. There's a whole bunch of adjectives that come with it. It could be greedy, sloppy, smelly, doesn't dress well, ugly, and many more. Now that the 2000s are back in style, everyone has shown how fat phobic they truly are. And don't get me wrong, I love the early 2000s, but I really didn't think it would take this turn. But I do have to remember how stupid people are. People do not look at every angle of an argument before they speak or post something on the internet, because their goal is never to help others see a new perspective, but instead their goal is to put others down or simply feel like they're the winner of that said argument. And if people agree with you, you feel like you win. And if you win, you believe your point of view is the best point of view.
Something people are not ready to hear. It is not the brand's job to make clothes to fit you. You're just fucking fat. Why the fuck? Why the actual fuck would Abercrombie, Zara, whatever fucking brand it is you want to wear, make a size like 4X, 5X? What? That's fucking insane work. That it's insane work, and that's actually disrespecting the fuck out of the designer of those brands, because why the fuck would they promote somebody being that size? That is so beyond unhealthy. And you being a fat ass and trying to blame the brands for you not fitting in their clothes when you're fucking obese, is fucking insane work. Oh my God. And people calling it, cancel this brand, cancel you, cancel being fat. How about that? How about we cancel being fat and cancel people not taking ownership for being a fucking fat ass? How about that? Cancel you. Oh my God. I'm like fucking livid right now. I'm fucking livid. It is not good to be fat. It is not healthy to be fat. It's not the brand's fault. It's not your dryer shrinking your clothes. You're just huge. Now shut up. Get up. Go to the gym. Stop eating unhealthy. You're a fucking fat ass. Oh my God. Hope everyone has a great day. Thank you.
I absolutely hate videos like these because it makes it seem as if fat people are not allowed to live life. Don't get me wrong, nobody is normalizing being fat, and I hate when people say that. I am so tired of people saying, but
you guys are normalizing fatness.
A fat person saying, hey, I wish this type of brand sold my size is not normalizing fatness. It's calling that brand that claims to be inclusive out on their crap because they don't sell plus sizes. They sell only mid sizes, or the plus sizes only go so far. Rather, if you guys want to admit it or not, fat people exist and they're here to stay. Okay, even if somebody that is 300 pounds is deciding to lose weight, guess what? If they lost 20 to 30 pounds, right, they would still be fat. For some people, if they lost 50 to 60 pounds, they would still be fat. Don't you think that they need clothes to, I don't know, live life? You know? So it just always irks me when I hear people like her speak the things that they speak over people, because it's like, it's so detrimental. It's so detrimental to your mental health, okay? I said this again, and I'm gonna keep saying it. You cannot hate yourself into a better body, okay? Like, this just doesn't work like that.
As you are losing weight, you must love yourself at every size. And if you don't, you are gonna constantly nitpick yourself at every step of your journey, which is not healthy. And another thing, this lady is on a weight loss journey, so take what she says with a grain of salt. I only say this because people like the lady in the video will say these types of statements to get themselves motivated into losing weight, but I'm here to tell you it does not work.
Lose weight and have an invisible waist just like everybody, but unfortunately I have to agree, some of us are really giving ED. Like, some of y'all are really pushing it with some of the things that we're saying and putting out, and it's literally a negative. Like, I keep hearing like people, especially it's definitely a certain demographic of girls who are definitely pushing it out. I feel like it's the girls that have probably were a little bigger in the past, or were an undesirable weight. I don't think any weight or any number is undesirable. That's just my opinion. But and then they start saying these things with like such a negative rhetoric, like, oh, you're hungry, well, eat this granola bar because you're still big. And I'm like, yo, slow down. Saying such things as the best outfit is skinny. I was happier when I was like, yo, there's still people at the weight that you're considering undesirable as their goal weight. Like, it's really not about the number on the scale. It's really about how you feel in your skin and your health at the end of the day. Like, trust me too. Like, I definitely felt some kind of way when I was bigger. For myself, I didn't feel comfortable in my skin, but I'm definitely not going to push how I felt into others, or making anyone else feel uncomfortable in the weight that they are, or telling someone to shut their mouth if they want to be skinny. It's entirely not that deep. Be damned, I want a little sweet treat. Now I'm a fat, big, the story. Love yourself at any size so you can appreciate yourself when you're at your goal health and goal weight. End of story.
Also, I'm tired of the notion that people keep pretending that they care about other people's health. You do not care about other people's health. You are projecting your insecurities onto other people. You are afraid of being fat because of what you think being fat is. Like I said before, when you're fat, right, it doesn't just come with the fact that you are a person that has more meat on your bones. People think all of these negative connotations about being fat, and so do you. And because of that, when you see people being fat and living their lives, it bothers you, because you're like, there's no way that they can live their lives being ugly. There's no way that they can just live their lives going against the standard of beauty, what you deem to be the standard of beauty, because you are insecure. There is no way in the world that you care that much about somebody's health. I don't understand. Like, physical health is not the only thing that matters. Your mental health matters. So if you really cared that much about somebody's physical health, you would take the time to be like, okay, this person obviously they might need to lose weight, right? They might need to shed a few pounds if they want to live life more abundantly. You would give them tips and tricks on how to do that. You guys are not doing that. You never would do that, because like I said before, you don't care. You don't care about it. You don't care about trying to actually fix the problem, okay? You are just trying to win an argument and see if other people agree with you, because you hate fat people. Being fat bothers you because of your own insecurity, and you cannot pay me enough money in the world to constantly care about somebody else's size.
Now there, let me not get too frustrated, because there is still a bigger part of this video that we need to discuss. I know you're probably thinking, why didn't you just make this into a shorter video? I couldn't, because you needed to hear the first 10 minutes of my rant against fat phobia. Now we're going to get into the history. Yes, I said history, because aside from the societal lies that we have been taught about our bodies that encourage fat phobia, we need to talk about the historical lies too. People were skinny back then. At least that's what we're told. We're constantly showed these photos of Marilyn Monroe and many other women that were models or actresses, very well known, and we're told that they were skinnier back then. We're also told that Marilyn would be considered mid-size. So then I'm confused. Where are these people? Where are they? Are they in our textbooks? Are they anywhere to be found in our family photos?
These are photos that I have collected on Google. You can go find them. I'm not going to cite my sources because, again, this is not an essay. But I will say this. These are photos that I have found from the 1960s. I'm going to try to take you guys through the different decades and see if we see some type of changes. But these are the photos from the 1960s, and this is what they look like, of different people, of, you know, different races, and what they look like during that time, okay? And I want to see if we see a common theme. See, I'm not going to show you a picture of Marilyn Monroe because Marilyn Monroe doesn't represent the average American. Marilyn Monroe was rich and famous. So Marilyn Monroe wouldn't have been in somebody's Instagram comments talking about how they need to lose weight. You want to know why? Because her PR team would have never allowed her to do that. But people like this that we see in the photos will represent the people that we see today. They may not have had social media back then, but they had opinions and they had voices, hopefully. So, you know, I'm going to show you them because that is who represents us. It represents society, okay? And if you notice, now I'm not saying these people are ridiculously obese and all this type of stuff, but they are not Zendaya skinny. Interesting.
Now, yes, I'm aware nobody ever said that people back in the day were Zendaya skinny. But the notion that they push is that people were skinnier back then than what they are today, which is crazy because as we took a look at those photos, a lot of those people look like how people look now. Not that much different. Even the models back then weren't even considered Zendaya skinny. And this is no hate to Zendaya. I really like Zendaya. There's nothing wrong with her size. She is a beautiful girl. And I also want to say this. There's nothing wrong with being skinny. But with that being said, the point still stands. We are constantly being told that models were skinnier back then, and that is simply not even true. Which is crazy because we live in a world full of inclusivity, right? But why do all of the top models look like Kate Moss? Back then, you had to be skinny to be a model, but yet their models are still not as skinny as our models are today. To continue the conversation of models, I want to get into the last segment of this video. I don't want to put too much focus on the runway models because we kind of already know that fat phobia is very much well within the fashion industry, no matter how inclusive they say it is. And no, I am not here to hate on the fashion industry. I am actually a fashion designer myself, and I hope to go further within the fashion industry. But I just wanted to have this conversation because we are living in a time where skinny is back in style to a higher degree. You have people saying and joking around how they're going to be in a 2T this summer. And please don't get me wrong, I myself am on a weight loss journey, and I do want to be a smaller size. But I do also want to expose how fat phobia does not just target fat people, but also skinny people.
Plastic surgery.
There is literally a whole field that I could go through about plastic surgery and the beauty standard. But for the sake of time, I am going to speak briefly about how plastic surgery correlates to fat phobia. And no, I'm not saying that everyone that gets plastic surgery is trying to not be fat. I'm only speaking about this because this is something that I've seen. I'm not saying that this is the only thing. Plastic surgery is a very, very big problem, and it has so many sectors into it. I cannot, talk about it in this video, but I'm choosing to talk about one small sector of it. So please refrain from commenting stupid, ignorant things. With plastic surgery and fast fashion being taken to new heights, there are so many young women that say that they are not the beauty standard because they are skinny. But I have to disagree with you. What if I told you that majority of the Instagram models are skinny girls too? Or at least they started off that way. Many of them are entering their late 20s, early 30s, so of course they are gaining weight. On top of that, some of them even have children. But they were not always the thick girl that you see on social media. Many of them did not gain their career or their popularity by being a thick girl. They gained it by being a skinny girl with a nice body. They just were too insecure to know how pretty they are, so they eventually got plastic surgery, and now many of them do look botched. I'm going to use Jody Jo, Miss Fashion Over herself, as an example. I remember I was following her Instagram back in 2020, and she said that her waist was a size 21 inches. Yes, it's been 5 years. I'm pretty sure her body has changed since then. But my point is that her proportion sizes are so ridiculous. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to use that word, but that's the word that I'm using. Her body is so surgically enhanced to the point where she gives the illusion of being thick when she is not. But yet, for the longest time, they market to us that slim thick is in. But Miss Jody Jo doesn't even wear a size medium. So I have to ask the question again, is being thick really in? And I'm going to use another example, one of Coi Leray, Megan Thee Stallion, and Saweetie. Regarding these three women, there used to be a photo that was circling around the internet of people saying that these women are the beauty standard, but yet they get bashed every day on the internet because of their bodies and the way that they look. I'm gonna have to sound extremely shallow to get my point across, so I do apologize, but these women are not the beauty standard. Coi Leray is not the brand of skinny that most girls deem to be. Megan Thee Stallion actually wears a medium to size large. Saweetie's body is surgically enhanced. I strictly hate posts like this because it tries to pretend that there is no clear beauty standard when we can clearly see that there is one. Especially when we look at Megan Thee Stallion, she has lost weight over the past couple of years. And if the beauty standard has always been slim thick, then why don't none of the girls look like Megan Thee Stallion? But more importantly, this is exactly why I say that being skinny has never went out of style. It has just been repackaged. Why? Because now you can be thick without being fat. You don't have to have a fupa to have a booty anymore. You don't have to eat your oats to have thick thighs anymore. Nowadays, many girls can give the illusion that they are thicker than grits, all while wearing a size small. And this is because people are so afraid of being fat that they will do anything to be skinny. It isn't normal for an adult woman to have a 3T size waist, but then to fill out a medium size bottom. But the world will tell you that it is, because it is always better to be sickly skinny than to be some type of fat. And the crazy part is, you don't even have to be fat. You can make yourself so delusional about wanting to be skinny that you will believe that you are fat when you are not. And isn't that what we call anorexia? Oh, no, that's just body dysmorphia. I wonder why there's no eating disorder that makes you want to be fat. Because we live in a world full of fat-phobic lies. That's why. And that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and see you guys next time.